the return of Biggie Langston. Yay! I'm so ecstatic that my right hand here, or left, I don't care. So many people are retarded. Whatever. I already blew it off. Biggie Langston came back from his sort of injury that he had, I think, after Mania. So he has been out of action for 6 weeks since WrestleMania 35. Since then, Kofi Kingston is still WWE champion by pinning dudes clean all the time. He pinned Kevin Owens, a guy that could beat Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and a lot of tough dudes, and yet he couldn't beat Kofi Kingston. I think No Way Jose pinned Kofi Kingston. I think Kalisto pinned Kofi Kingston. But this is the consistency of WWE. This is new Kofi Kingston. The guy that stayed with the same faction for about since like 2014. So, whatever. Some surprise nigga came out, then it was Big E, then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came out. Kevin Owens was just a bit insulted, so he was like, I'm going and leaving because feelings are hurt. And I got pinned clean that Sami Zayn got here. Just have a one-on-one match, even though he's on Raw and he has nothing to do with Kofi Kingston except he's associated with Kevin Owens. So that goes into a one-on-one match. It's not even the main event. What? So that was completely stupid. Yeah, we get a good match involving Andrade and Mustafa and Ali. Jesus, nothing's wrong with Mustafa. I still don't get that. We had a decent Hurricane Rana. We got showmanship, selling off the back injury. A good reverse Frankenstein of Rafa Ali. Then a roll up, clinching the legs, not the tights for the pin. Ali grabs the victory over Andrade. That's our first opening match, and there's a pretty good start. Off two fast-paced wrestlers, and of course somebody that's of course a luchador has a more energetic style and can make the in-ring match pretty more smoother. There's barely any botches at all. I don't think there's much mistakes that I can call in the match. Next up was Mandy Rose supposed to face off against Carmella in a shitty match and only lasted a few times. Carmella still needs to hold on to the ropes to hit a super kick. Or else Mandy just needs to lean like this a few times just so she can hit the super kick. You know that's not really her regular arsenal, yet she still want to use it most of the time. Then we have our Truth come in drag to disguise himself. A 6-foot-something nigga with abs and everything, holding a championship that's obviously for a male, and yet this is a perfect disguise. He looks like a transgendered athlete. I don't know what the fuck our Truth is doing. I mean, at least it's tacky. It's something for somebody as notable as R-Truth, the most accomplished jobber on WWE. He recently won the United States Championship, and now he has the 24/7 Championship, the second holder next to Robert Roode. So, I guess we might have a title change next week on Raw, or they'll show it on NXT just to display that everybody can get it. So, I think it's just enough for people to get screen time. Anything else? It ended off disqualification when guys were trying to chase off Truth because he's in drag. And it ended off with disqualification. This was just pointless. So Carmella just having a match against Mandy Rose kind of wasted everybody's fucking time. So they just ended off no contest. Then we had Kofi Kingston against Sami Zayn. And it came off starting with Biggie Langston injured. Somebody attacked him from the back. It must have been Kevin Owens. Then we had a match. Like, no weapons. No nothing. It's just, I'm sick of these matches that end off trying to make Kofi Kingston look strong. And yet he'll look super perceived as weak so he can just hit a comeback. Where I hate whenever matches end like that. Have a stipulation. Do something. Do a hardcore match. Something. A tables match. Something to just spice it up a bit before we go to the Super Show. But no. It just came off to Kofi Kingston getting getting the Trouble in Paradise, missing a few haluva kicks. And I'm telling you, these are two good wrestlers, but this sadly wasn't the match of the night. It was either Mustafa Ali and Andrade, or the main event that was Roman Reigns and Elias over a backstage segment. He was like, I lost the Money in the Bank, but let me redeem myself. At the main event of the show, when not a lot of people think I'm going to win anyway. So, whatever. So after Sami Zayn lost, Paul Heyman came with the briefcase, trying to shock the crowd like Brock Lesnar's going to come. Then it was Dolph Ziggler from his several-month hiatus. He hasn't been here since the Royal Rumble. You can see the excitement in my face to see that Dolph Ziggler's back on television. Gifted another shot. Somehow, Dolph Ziggler gets an unearned shot. I'm sick and tired of Dolph Ziggler on TV involving a championship. I'd rather go back to 2015 when he had that piss poor feud with Rusev involving Lana and Summer fucking Rae than watch this feud involving Ziggler and another big show for a world championship that nobody fucking watched. 2016 SummerSlam when he faced Dean Ambrose for the WWE champion because nobody wants to watch two midgets trying to show work rate. And this isn't the first time Kofi faced off against Dolph Ziggler for a championship. It's like you did it a couple times, like 2009 or 2010 to 2014 for the United States and Intercontinental Championship. So these guys do have a bit of in-ring history against each other. And they just ended up with a savage attack involving Dolph Ziggler clinching his neck and tossing his head with the steel chair to the commentary table. So it was a vicious attack. Ziggler later got interviewed, saying everybody needs an explanation why he did it. And he said it would boo him too, but he just whined like a little bitch like he did for most of his championship match opportunities. And just whined like a little bitch like he deserves more. Plus 10-year veteran that's already been world champion twice, multi-time Intercontinental U.S. champion. I think he's a two-time tag team champion. You know, I'm sick and tired of these uninspired promos when we know these guys are decorated champions and kind of accomplished a lot. Sheamus. Oh God. Oh, truth. Shit. Kofi Kingston. Oh God. Aren't the New Day like the longest reigning tag team champions ever now? I want to stop with that because I'm sick of this little underdog bullshit WWE wants to utilize just to get their guys over when you know that they've been decorated in the mid-card in most of their little short stints of popularity for a long time to kind of accomplish a lot. Oh, fucking CM Punk. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to waste time. We had also a vignette involving Laura Sullivan. Yeah, I'm just happy that they didn't rerun the vignette of Firefly Funhouse. Fucking the vignette was the same thing except Lars Sullivan wasn't there that night. So it just came over just showing, oh, Lars Sullivan is so destructive. He beat up several midgets. He beat up several midgets. He beaten up the Lucha House Party, R-Truth, and Matt Hardy. How's that show dominance? He never defeated or personally or critically injured a champion. He didn't critically injure the top guy in the company. He did not critically injure a big man as big as like Braun Strowman or Big Show, Mark Henry. Hell, that's enough to give you some credibility. That didn't give you much. The Great Khali had a bigger monster stint. At least he's like 7'1", and he could tower against a near 7-footer like The Undertaker. Come on. Am I supposed to be impressed off Lars Sullivan other than these stupid vignettes? I know if the guy can't do promos, that's fine and all. At least give him somebody to talk for him, or at least let him beat the shit out of big people. Or somebody popular. Not fucking R-Truth and Matt Hardy and then the Lucha House Party. Are you serious? Alright. I gotta chill out before I gotta get angry. Next up was involving a tag team match involving two women's champions, Becky Lynch, the Raw women's champion, and the SmackDown women's champion, Bayley, that pinned Charlotte off cashing in her women's Money in the Bank briefcase. You can get my talk on that later. And Lacey Evans. So it's just the contenders against the. I don't want to see another Bayley and Charlotte match, and I obviously didn't care about the Lacey Evans and fucking Becky Lynch storyline. It was a match. It's just roll up after roll up. A pretty good fluid escape off the turnbuckle and blah. That women's red is so inconsistent as a finisher. Thinks it's either a forearm or a fucking sucker punch to the face. Even if it is, it doesn't work unless you have William Regal's gimmick that he uses a brass knuckle to sneakily get the win. It's a freaking brass knuckle. It's gonna batter the shit out of you, John. You're not gonna be seeing daylights until the bell rings. So why in the hell don't you use just the brass knuckle? It's convenient. It shows you to be a really terrible heel. It's threatening. That's what made William Regal good. You're just showing yourself to be a Charlotte Flair clone. I don't know, folks. I don't know how Lacey Evans is a Charlotte Flair clone. An athletic, tall, blonde, transgender-looking bitch. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry, Andrade. I don't want to get chased on you or something. Still, she looks incredibly a bit similar to Charlotte, except just by ring gear appearance. Anything else, this was an matchup. It just ended up with Charlotte getting pinned, even though like a mass assault. Yet again, it shows how better Becky Lynch is in the ring than Bayley, with Bayley just grabbing the roll up and getting the victory over Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans. And this just came off the backstage segment when Becky Lynch said, "After this is done, I'm coming for your belt. Give me your belt." That's a terrible reference if you guys look at Flash Gets. Shout out to my guy Flash Gets. Next up was the main event of the evening. Roman Reigns, you fucking animal. It was Shane McMahon in the corner of Elias, facing off against Roman Reigns, and if we had to be these back event involving backstage event where it had fucking Elias singing that he's jealous, you ain't shit, on top of a truck, so Roman Reigns doesn't catch him. The match was pretty good, actually. It was better. I know Roman Reigns is punch kicky. He relies on his signature moves to get him the pop. It works. There was a great electric chair for a spin-out sit-down powerbomb by Elias. That was a great move. A reversal, the elbow drop, that looks pretty sloppy, but I can excuse it because I like Elias. But you gotta stop losing, bro. You gotta stop losing. We got an interference off a loose turnbuckle. The finish was just Shane McMahon failed attempt on trying to toss Elias to Qatar. Then a Superman punch out of nowhere, and then a spear for the victory. Roman Reigns wins it. Then Shane came try to get the attack. Roman Reigns gets the better of it. Then Drew McIntyre comes with a kick out of nowhere. Claymore kick out of nowhere. So, yeah. And plus they had an event yet involving Randy Orton facing up against Triple H in the Super Show. Fuck Saudi Arabia, by the way. These WWE that desperate for revenue that they're going to go to a foreign country that's sus enough that they won't allow female competitors. How to push this feminine shit? You couldn't go to China, Japan, that has an open professional wrestling fan base and respects it a lot more than Saudi Arabia. They got some random fuckers to be in your greatest Royal Rumble. Don't allow women to compete. And they're so fucking scary that even people that don't like WWE, they'll fucking execute on the spot. Are you telling me that you're allowed to do business with them, but you don't want to be in a rivalry with another wrestling federation to get you more popular, give you that more popularity or give your superstars actual popularity. This show was all right, I guess. This was a tolerable SmackDown. Let's get the 5 out of 10 for me. There's a few good matches, but not good storytelling. The vignettes were a bit much. The Hardcore Championship should have changed hands to at least made it more comedic, other than R-Truth, a grown ass nigga that's near his 50s in drag. I do not want to watch that. So yeah, that was fun. It was a decent show. I'll give it a 5. Just to be nice. Thanks, I'm out of school for the semester. So anything else? Like, comment, and subscribe. This actually wasn't that bad of a show. Maybe I'll review some NXT if it's possible.